Alright, so now we're going to check out our exercises, starting with the push-up. So you can see here that I have a straight line from my head all the way through my heels, and a straight line from underneath my shoulders to my palms. Okay, and as I go through this, I'm going to maintain that straight line as I go down. And what we want to achieve here is not only a straight line all the way through the body, but also from the shoulder to the elbow, we want that parallel with the ground. Okay? So we need to bend our elbows. We need to bend the elbows to make that happen. Okay, so let's see that again correctly. All right. Now, what I'm doing here is one of the big tendencies that we tend to do is we tend to round out the hips. So my straight line is gone. And this is what that looks like as we're going down. Okay, so we need to flatten that curve. And now here's the opposite. We're letting our hips drag. So I'm not able to get that far with my elbows if I'm doing that. Okay, so now here it is correctly. With the posture. Oh, and now I plopped. So we need to make sure that when we go down that we have a little bit of space between the chest and the ground. So you can see here where my elbows are supposed to be parallel with the ground, you can actually see my shoulder below my elbow. There we go, and that's with enough space between the chest and the ground. Okay, now we're going to move on to the partial curl up. So here, a couple things we need to look for is make sure that we have space between the hips and the heels. Okay, we don't want to close that down, and my head is going to be along with my back. I'm not curling up, and my hands are going to be placed on my thighs, and my elbows are going to be straight. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to curl up only a little bit. Okay, this is enough to where my shoulders are off the ground, and I'm getting my wrists to my knees. Okay, and I'm going to keep my fingers open so I don't grab my knees. There we go, we'll correct again. Awesome. All right, so now this is a tendency, is especially when we start to get tired, we'll lead with the right arm or the left arm and then scoop up. Okay, so you can see how I'm leading here and leaving this shoulder on the ground. Okay, we want to make sure it's even as we go up, and we also want to avoid grabbing the knees. Okay, so earlier my palms were open, but now I'm grabbing my knees and trying to hold on. So let's not do that. Okay, and here it is correct again. Nice and gentle. All right, now we're going to do the sit and reach. Okay, so feet are about just stronger than shoulder width apart, and my fingertips are going to be together. Okay, so make sure that when you stack your hands, that the fingernails are lined up. Okay, one of the tendencies is to kind of squiggle to the side, and that's going to make you feel like you're going further, but really what you're doing is you're making it to where you're stretching unevenly, and that's not going to feel good later. Okay, and you're going to take a deep breath, and you're going to reach forward slowly, and you're going to hold for about 20 to 30 seconds. Okay, here it is from the side. Breathe in and then breathe out and reach forward slowly. I emphasize slowly because you do this where it's very aggressive, you actually cause your muscles to lock up. So you're not going to be able to reach as far. Okay, so nice and slow and controlled. Now only go to the point of slight discomfort. Okay, so if you are in pain when you do this, you need to back off just a little bit and make sure you're breathing through everything. All right, so those are 3 of the exercises that we're going to be doing for our Alabama Physical Fitness Assessment, and we're going to be working on these constantly, and we're going to continue to add exercises to our routine. But what I would like you to do now is to try your best and try to do 10 push-ups, 10 partial curl-ups, and do the V-sit for about 25 to 30 seconds.